100 episodes of the Shaping Freedom podcast. That's incredible work.
Huge congratulations to Lisane on 100 episodes of the Shaping Freedom podcast.
Lisane, congratulations on the 100th episode of the Shaping Freedom podcast.
Congratulations to you on the 100th episode.
Congratulations on your 100th episode.
Lisane, congratulations on your 100th episode.
Coming up on 100 episodes. Congratulations. Keep it up.
Congratulations and wishing you many more.
Episode 100, like that's very special. We should do something.
Yeah.
And so that's why we're here today. We're here.
We're here.
Episode 100.
We are here.
Congratulations, Lisane.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Who's gonna
open the champagne? Welcome to the Shaping Freedom podcast, where we dive into conversations that inspire personal growth, transformation, and clarity in challenging times. I'm your host, Lisane Basquiat.
Tell me about this pillow and like what is the purpose of it?
Okay, so that pillow that you're holding in your hand is branded, and it is the newest product to the Shaping Freedom product line. It is a meditation pillow, Ryan, and it's a chill pillow, right?
Chill pillow.
Right. So what you do?
I like the weight of it.
Right. It's heavy. Mm-hmm. It's really heavy, and it feels really good. It's filled with buckwheat, and
this is buckwheat inside?
There's buckwheat inside, which means that it's going to hold its shape forever.
Okay.
Right. And what's really great about it is I use it for meditation. I use it when I just want to kind of like.
Do you sit on it?
I sit on it.
Got it. Okay.
Yes. So what I typically do is I will light my Shaping Freedom candle that is not lit. It's sitting there, but it's not lit, but that's okay. I'll light my Shaping Freedom candle.
We'll get to, we have lighter right there.
I am berating you, chastising you for not having a lighter. So I will light a Shaping Freedom candle. Yeah. I'll typically light congruent or aligned. Congruent has notes of bamboo, and it is beautiful. And what I love about
This is congruent.
That's congruent. Yeah. And what I love about it is that the ingredients that are in there were very specifically pulled together to evoke a certain emotion or support. So for example, congruent is about connecting. And sometimes when I'm feeling a little bit chaotic, when I'm sitting in my office, I will light that congruent candle.
Maybe I should be doing that more.
You should be doing. That's why I sent them here for you, so that you can use them.
I thought it was just for props.
They're real candles, and they smell delicious. Or aligned. The aligned candle
is that this one?
Is the one. No, that one is soothed for times when you need some soothing. So anyway, the pillow.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure if you just lay it down and then you lay on it, but you said you sit on it.
You sit on it, or do whatever it is that you need to do wherever. This is Xavier. He's now in the shot. Here he is. So light whichever one you want.
Well, congruent. We got to go congruent.
Congruent. Let's do it.
It's never been lit.
It's never been lit. Okay. And so the pillow, put it on the floor. Yeah. Sit on it. Sometimes I'll just sit on it, listen to some music, light a candle, burn a candle, hit my gong, and just kind of sit there and wait for my energy to become gathered and back to myself.
Do you do that? How gathered are you?
How gathered are you?
No, but I would like to. I need to.
Me too. I need to be more gathered.
So you should burn the aligned candle. It kind of brings you together. And then the activated one is good for when your energy's low.
Yeah, just 2 days ago I was thinking, I think my anger is not aligned.
Or maybe your anger was aligned.
Is it anger or anchor?
I know my anger.
Your anger was not aligned. I mean, anger is a natural emotion.
I should control this a little. I shouldn't get so fired up. You know.
Should is not a good word.
Have you ever seen him fired up?
Never. Never. I think that he reserves that for not. I don't know.
Who are you firing up on?
Now you're getting all up in his business.
I want to know. I've never seen you
now
fired
you're
up.
up in his business about why he's fired up and when and to whom and whatever.
We all get fired up.
Anger's a natural emotion. You know, there are things that happen, and it's in there. It's in the emotion box. It's what you do with it. and it's what you do to release it.
We were out without electricity.
Okay, you gotta go. We gotta hear it.
Out. Electricity went out at 10:30 a.m. yesterday.
Yeah, you said that. What
I
happened?
forgot until like 7 o'clock at night. Like, oh, we have a generator. I forgot.
Oh my gosh.
But they kept saying throughout the day it's going to be on in an hour. So but anyhow, so at 9 o'clock I said, forget it. Yeah, let's pull out the generator, and then I couldn't get it to work. So then that made me angry. It's like, you have a generator for these instances and I can't get it to work. So,
you got to put gas in it.
I was fired up. It has gas, but that was probably a problem because it was old gas. But
I mean, I think, was it hot up in LA yesterday?
It's pretty nice.
It was hot. Fortunately, the air condition sustained us,
Okay. Wait.
Oh, you just kept it locked up.
Yeah.
Wait, you had air conditioning?
Well, no, but
With no power?
because we had been running it, so the house stayed cool.
Got it.
Yeah, fortunately, it stayed cool.
Because you'd have been fired up for real if you were sweating.
Next month is going to start getting pretty painful, I assume, right?
And like where I live is super hot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's perfectly understandable that you'd be hot and pissed off
Yeah.
and angry.
But did he direct any of it towards you? Were you feeling that heat?
No, but I also
I
keep myself in a bubble of
that's nice.
a boundaries bubble, so I can hold space and be okay when other people are pissed off. Now I can get angry.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Okay. I'm not all tulips and I can certainly get angry, but no, I don't really get I don't get sucked into other people's anger because it has nothing to do with me, and I can hold space for people who are feeling pissed. You've tried it so many times, Ryan.
Okay, well, all right. We better.
You've tried it so many times, and look at how calm I've stayed.
I'm like living on the edge always,
I know. And look at that. I've never taken that on. So what are we doing here?
Okay, all right. So we're ready. We're ready to start. So
we
Xavier,
started.
I see
It's
the
already
red lights.
started.
Does that mean it's recording?
It's been recording.
All 4 of these cameras are recording, and your mic.
Okay.
And your mic. It's all here. It's hot.
Okay.
Hot mic.
So then who does she say? You
We're
do your
talking
intro?
right. We're in. This is the episode.
I mean, in terms of okay.
We got it. This is funny. This is so funny because Billy is so used to being back here, like, get it together, move over. Are you sure you want 14 drinks there?
Yeah.
And now you're like, right? It's fun.
But if you, Billy, want to talk to a camera, I believe your camera is the one with the red light on it.
Number 4.
There you go. It's lit up for you. Number 4.
And then
That's correct.
And this is our wide. Everyone can see us.
Everyone's here. Okay. Yeah. All right. And then are the lights popping on for any specific reason?
Xavier's in there switching between the cameras.
Just for the heck of it.
Yeah.
For fun.
So if we were live streaming it, everyone would see the edit.
I love that.
But we're not.
Okay. We're not live streaming, but I love that. We should do that. Okay. So why are we here? I'm so excited, and I started getting super excited yesterday when I realized that we were going to be having this conversation today.
I can't believe it. Billy, you spread the news. You tell everybody why
are we here?
Well,
chit-chatting.
So I joined the Shaping Freedom podcast family, in maybe halfway mark, kind of 50 episodes ish or something. And I've been helping with booking the talent, doing the first outreach to secure talent.
It's been pretty crucial.
And so it's been wonderful. So when looking at the schedule, about 2 months ago, I realized, wait, we're getting close to episode 100. Like, that's very special. We should do something.
Yeah.
And so that's why we're here today. We're here.
We're here.
Episode 100.
We are here.
Congratulations, Lisane.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Feels
Who's
real.
gonna
open the champagne?
So we have
and not the ghetto
champagne.
pop. We can't ghetto
You
pop.
said that term earlier.
Please don't.
And I had never heard of it.
If you know, you know.
But
you know exactly what I mean.
I do know what you mean.
Okay, let's see if you can do it without the ghetto pop.
I'm so glad she said that because I was thinking confetti, ghetto pop. I was thinking all that stuff.
No, ghetto pop.
That's cool.
No.
And so
somebody gets hit in the eye.
Okay, yeah.
So while you're opening that up gently,
right?
Gently. While you're doing that, I did want to share that we started this podcast back in 2018, I believe. And I was so excited. I wanted to have a podcast. And I was introduced to Ryan by Kelly Stokes Brown. And perfect. Look at you. Wow. I love it. Very neat. Just a little whisk. I hope that we got that on camera.
I might have been just off.
And so anyway, Ryan and I were introduced to each other. And I remember recording the very first episode. And it may not have even been the episode. It could have been like the intro.
Yeah.
I don't know. But we were sitting in an office at the old Harahub Carlsbad location. And Ryan, this is where the anger comes in. Ryan was trying so hard to be patient. And I was a mess. And I love a mic. Like, give me an opportunity to talk. I'm going to talk. But there was something about it that felt so big and so scary for me at the time that I remember sitting across the table from Ryan and he's like, okay, just say this. And I was like, well, my name is Hamana. And then Ryan is like, yeah, we need to do that over. And he just kept making me do it over and over.
The bossy
part of him came in. And
I
then
bet we still have those recordings.
We should have played that. That would have been super fun.
We're not deleting. We don't delete anything.
We can pull that in.
We should incorporate that in some of the earlier ones. Yeah. So that was the very first one. And then we finally got an episode. The first episode that we recorded was Ainsley Burroughs.
Was it really?
Yes.
Wow.
That was the first. Virtual.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the challenge was that I said I wanted to do this podcast, but I was so very busy with the exhibition and running and just so busy that I recorded one like every 5 months. Like, it was terrible.
You were so busy.
I was.
Yeah.
And I felt very guilty about that, just internally guilty. And like I was disappointing myself. And then I don't know where we turned the corner, but there just came this moment where I was like.
Well, that's like, I think Billy was a big part of it, honestly.
Yes.
Because he became this middleman between us.
Yes.
Where I was there to make it happen, but he was there to get you there.
That's right.
And get someone else there.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
And so that was pretty crucial, Billy.
Yeah.
No, you guys are wonderful. When I first started working with Lisane, I'm her publicist, personal publicist, also, and I have a background as a journalist. So that's kind of where the podcast part comes in. But when I was just listening to the podcast, just to familiarize myself with it, I was just immediately drawn to it. I mean, one, your energy just sets the tone. Your energy just sets the tone for people to want to listen. It's very inviting, the questions that you ask, and that you get people to open up. I definitely learned that as a journalist, like that the first thing, if you can't establish trust with the person that you're interviewing, like it's going to impact the quality information that you get from them, and you just have that mastered.
Wow,
and the fact that you're talking to people about substantive subjects like self-love, it's wonderful. So I just immediately fell in love, and I had to figure out how I could be more involved.
Which was great, which is what we needed. Because before you got involved, we got a little bit more consistent. It was like more than 2 a year. And it became, but then it was like we'd have a go at it for a few weeks, and we'd bulk them up, and then there'd be a long lapse. So we were doing seasons and all kinds of things. And now since you've been involved, Billy, we have been very, very consistent. And have had an episode released every single week.
And new guests, and like constantly
exciting guests, like great
constantly
people.
Bringing guests,
And Ryan, and you were not coming to Straw Hut Studios,
right?
And I think that's super cool. I mean, this space is amazing. You guys have been seeing it, and then of course being in person with your guests right there, face to face, I think is good. But the space and the hospitality, I mean, I hit the snacks real. I mean, as soon as it's from the snacks.
Every time I walk in the door,
I have a place to sit over there behind the scenes, and now there's more space and a green room and all that stuff. Like, if you need a podcast producer, you must.
So what's really been not exciting, two things I want to say. One is, in the 6 years that we've been working on this podcast, so many things have happened in the world and in our lives personally. I remember you and I having doing an episode together, the first one that we did
I remember.
during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And I was sitting in my office at home where I was, huddled, and you were at home, wherever you were huddled. And we just like looked at each other and like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, we chatted for, I feel like, a couple hours.
It was a long time.
And just like, it was really, it was very emotional for me. And it was like, I don't know, but it was also very needed. I felt like I got through, had to get through some things.
Yeah.
Because that was obviously a hard time.
Yeah. And I think you work with people, and one of the things that I really love and appreciate about my experience professionally is that I get to work with amazing human beings like both of you and the team that's around all of us, all incredible human beings, and with human being at the center, with the human being at the center, right? We're all doing the thing, and we're all doing something that we really enjoy doing, and we're working with people that we really enjoy working with, and that's such a blessing. It really is. And I don't think that more folks should have that experience.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good prompt to toast.
I was just going to say, but I want, before we
Okay.
toast, or as we're toasting, I just wanted to add that I'm so grateful that you kept your finger on, we're going to do something for this 100th episode, because I am famous for letting something go by and then saying, oh shoot, that was the 50th episode, right? Or I just opened this new space, or any of these things. And one of the things that I'm working on getting better at is celebrating milestones and accomplishments, because I'm always down to do it for other people, and I don't often do it for myself. So just the fact that we're sitting here today actually celebrating the 100th episode, even though I blew off Billy every time he mentioned it. He's like, that 100th episode is coming up. What are we going to do? And I'm like, I don't know. Let me just think about it. I don't know. And here we are. So I just want to thank you.
Billy.
No,
I want to thank you for
it was
that.
definitely going to happen.
He was not playing.
It was definitely going to happen.
Wasn't playing.
But absolutely, we have to celebrate it. And
Thank you for
you
that.
know, you could have just moved past it and not celebrated it, but it even feels good when I'm communicating with people and I said, we're about to celebrate the 100th episode. I mean, people they go like, oh, it's a commitment.
Okay.
It's a dedication. And so one part of, well, should we do the toast first and then we'll tell them what's going to happen for the rest of this
I want to do a
episode?
toast first.
Okay,
Yeah.
we'll do
I
that.
want to just
Okay.
celebrate this moment, and I want to taste some champagne in the middle of the day.
All right, I know. Nothing like champagne at 11
Cheers,
a.m.
cheers,
Yeah,
cheers,
cheers.
cheers. It's not 11, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Sorry, you're right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah, that's great.
It's not as cold as it should be because it was
Right.
sitting in the car, but
I think we have one in
Yeah.
the fridge.
do we? Okay, excellent.
Well, that's not the one we
No,
have.
we don't, because that's
Well, it's
okay.
not.
Whatever. This is excellent.
It is
Cheers.
good.
Thank
Cheers.
you all so
Thank
much.
you.
And I also really want to thank those folks who listen to this podcast everywhere podcasts are played, and who watch it on
Yeah.
YouTube, because some people prefer to see the video. I am always so grateful and warmed when people reach out either in DMs or they send an email to talk about something that was uncovered during these episodes. And so for those folks who are listening and watching and following along and most importantly, applying the things that they're learning from these incredible guests that we've had on this show, I just want to thank those of you who are out there as well.
I love that. And we should also, I don't want to miss anyone's names, but the team is phenomenal,
Absolutely.
And so there's so many people that are part of making this happen. So there's all the Straw Hood team. There's Caroline, who's also, we're working together on the scheduling people. And there's Parker, who, who's been a big part of it. Xavier, who's behind the scenes. And then we have Esther on the Shape and Freedom side, who's
That's
getting
right.
all the content posted, and
That's right.
Anthony and digital marketing and all that messaging. I mean, so many people.
It's a lot.
Kara and the Saks agency. I mean, Jessica, I don't even know
crazy.
what
You don't
is
even
appropriate
realize how
title
many
for her.
people are
Joseph, who's helping pick clips and giving advice on how to approach things.
Who has absolutely watched every single episode Joseph has.
Yeah, it's
and Janae, who
yeah,
recently joined the team, and I don't want to forget anyone. And Tamina Madsen, who manages Hara Hub Carlsbad, but who also serves as the helicopter air traffic controller for so many things. An amazing, incredible team of people that have all found each other here in this moment in life, and it
a pleasure to work with every single person.
Right?
Yeah,
they're all fun. Like I'd go out and have tequila with any one of us.
That sounds like a fun night.
Listen, we're gonna do it. We have to. We actually have to have a team party. But anyway, we need to. So this episode, do you want to?
Sure, we can do it together. So Lisane had this idea because we had a few different conversations about what the 100th episode would look like, and then Lisane said, I have an idea. Like, let's just reach out to people and let's have them make videos telling us about what the podcast has meant to them, and let's play those videos and let's react to them. And it was so simple, so poignant, and it just makes a lot of sense. So she gave me a list, and so I reached out to those people, and a lot of them were able to submit videos, and I'm happy you haven't seen them yet. So you guys will get to see which camera this. You guys will get to see live her reaction to people, what their reflections on being a part of the podcast. So I can't wait for you guys to see that. Okay. But it was really touching, just to see how the podcast has impacted people, and none of this was prompted. I told them, I just said, just say, this is how it's impacted me, and you fill in the blank, whatever that is. And I can't wait for you to see it. And I can't wait for you guys to see it.
I'm excited.
Well, one thing I wanted to say earlier when you were talking about your guests is that I feel like, I record a lot of podcasts, but I do feel like your guests generally get something out of the interview, more so than like other shows. I don't know, there's something that they're like learning somehow themselves, and I don't think that is typical. Typically the guests are there obviously to educate the audience, and that is happening, but at the same time, like I feel like I see them all getting something out of the show somehow, or the conversation with you. And
I appreciate that. I think we both do. Like I always leave, and there have been times where we've recorded back-to-back episodes, but I always leave feeling so energized and inspired by these individuals who are doing these incredible things, and who are willing to come, a lot of them to travel through LA traffic to come to the studio to sit down and chat with me. And that is always so, I'm so appreciative and grateful for that. And the fact that they're willing to share their own experiences and their own journeys and what they've learned, because there are so many folks who are really on the other end of that.
Yeah. And maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's because it's getting to more of a personal connection and not just an educational connection. And that's why they're able to feel like they get something more out of it. I don't know. It's just, there's a different dynamic with the guests on this show than I see with other ones.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. I didn't know that.
Yeah. In my journalistic background, all the interviews are about the product, what is the new release? And so that's a big part of the conversation. And then there's other things. And I feel like the way you approach it, you really just get to the heart of the person, who they are, and what they're going through, what their journey has been. And that is connected to whatever thing that they're working on. But I do feel like it is a deeper connection. And I've, in doing some of the research for some of the guests, like I have some understanding of them. And so there's some things in my head, I go like, oh, okay, maybe this is where they're going to go. And you don't go there. And I think that that's good. And I could see that they appreciate it, that you're not going for the obvious low hanging fruit, And I feel like in many of the instances, there's one, and I'll mention it when we play the video from that person, one instance where that happened in particular, and I could see the impact it was having on the person that you're interviewing. I could see that they were really appreciative of how you approached their story. And I thought like, whoa, You know,
Yeah.
you really have a gift.
Wow, I don't know who that is.
It
We'll see.
happens in almost all of them, I think.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm. So now, Xavier, don't hate me. I already said I said please just play them in random, but based on something that was said earlier, I think it would be appropriate if the first video you played was from Ainsley.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
My name is Ainsley Burroughs. I'm a poet and I'm a writer. And I met Lisane about 15 years ago. And I don't know what it is, but from the moment we met, like we connected. I don't think we ever talked about it, but like we just had this kind of weird connection. And when I was on the podcast, that kind of showed up for me. It's almost like she asked questions that totally like exposes me and makes me vulnerable in ways that I don't really have that connection with other people. And I really appreciate that. I also, when she started the podcast, she asked me if I could be her first person on the podcast. And I felt super seen. Like, it's just like, I feel like Lisane sees me. And the conversations have been great, and love you for it, Lisane. Thank you.
Wow. So Ainsley Burroughs is an artist, and he now practices out of Baltimore. And what's so incredible about Ainsley is a couple of things. One is that he has this way of building community. He and Lori, his wife, left New York, moved down to Baltimore, and as an artist, and they got together and curated this incredible arts community down in Baltimore. They are also the founders of the Sweet Spot Nation, and it's a burlesque show that travels all over the country. Wow. It's really, I have to let you know when it's in LA. Yeah. When is it going to be in LA, Ainsley? But Ainsley is also a Virgo, and we just have this incredible connection, and wow, that really touched me.
Okay.
That really touched me.
And I'm so happy that we had him as the first guest on the podcast. And I know he was recently on the podcast again. So I thought that was really, really cool. And I love what he had to say.
You're trying to make me cry.
Hey, we're just getting started.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, can we talk a moment about setting the vibe? If you're anything like me, your space needs to feel good in order for you to feel good. And that's why I created the Shaping Freedom line of candles. It's not just about ambiance, but really about how you align yourself internally. These are more than just candles. They shift your energy. Whether you're journaling, meditating, working out, or just taking a moment for yourself, these scents are curated to ground you, lift you up, and bring you back home to yourself. They also have an 80-hour burn time and scents that are designed to evoke feelings of alignment and internal congruency. And we can all use that. Go to shop.shapingfreedom.com and check them out. Find the one that speaks to your spirit, or buy all 4, and let them burn with intention.
My name is Lanny Smith, and I'm the founder of Actively Black. Wanting to congratulate Lisane Basquiat on your 100th episode of the Shaping Freedom podcast. What I enjoyed the most about my episode with you was the safe space that you created for me to be authentic and truthful, and the way that we were able to connect over our shared passion for uplifting our people. So again, congratulations and wishing you many more.
Lanny, thank you for that. So Lanny Smith is the founder, as he just said, of Actively Black, and he is like the hardest working guy in the performance wear industry sector. I don't know what you call it. And what I really love about the conversation that he and I had was his willingness to share openly in a way that I know felt very intimate to the folks that were listening. It certainly did to me, because sometimes people try to kind of curate the conversation in a way that gets you to perceive them in a certain way, or that's the attempt. And with him, it was just like sitting down and having a raw conversation with a cousin. So, and I love the work that he's doing with Actively Black. And actually, the newest collection that they have, I'm waiting for mine, is, and I hope I get the name of it right. I won't even try. They're doing, what they've decided to do is to get their cotton. So what they're doing is every single part of this line is made by Black companies. Wow. And so they even went so far, Actively Black even went so far as to go to Black cotton farmers to get the cotton to make this particular line. And he's doing this work as a way of really helping to support Black people in the Black community and to show them what's possible for them. And so his story and the work he's doing with his lady and his mom, Brittany, I think is his lady's name, and the work that they're doing together and how hard they're working to really push out not just a product that you can buy, but also the idea that you can, and as he says, and as his tagline is, there is greatness in our DNA. And so proud and so happy for them. And that was a sweet, I appreciated that.
Yeah, and I have a story about him I'd like to share. Lisane, he's one of the people that was on the list that I got from Lisane. We have a DM thing going on. She'll say like, hey, I want to talk to this person, whatever. But she had been talking about Lanny for a while. Like, I really want to connect with him. I really want to get him on the podcast. And so when I reached out to him, I emailed him at like 6:00. And normally my phone is always next to me. And so maybe by 7:00, my wife's like, someone's called you a couple times, and I checked it, and I saw that. I was like, oh crap, Lanny Smith like calling me like so quickly. And when I called him, he said, I'm just sitting here like, I can't believe, like, is this real? That Lisane has reached out to me, because I've been trying to figure out how to get in contact with her. And I had gone to the exhibit, last year, and I just really wanted to connect with her. And like, now she's reaching out to me, and until we ended up talking. It was like 9:00 at night that we were finally having this conversation. But I just thought that was so cool, that was really a nice.
Yeah, it was very
guy.
serendipitous, because it was the timing of it was pretty incredible. And for me, like, I'll just scroll, and if something,
somebody.
And then sometimes people just kind of, the energy of what they're doing will just kind of pop up for me. And half the time I don't think about what they're doing or what they're up to. It's just like, Billy, what about this person? Like, I like this person's story. And so I did not, likewise, I wasn't sure that he would respond. And the fact that he was so excited. And I think he was like, give me, can I have her number? I want to talk to her and all that. So it was a great conversation.
And he was in LA, right?
He's in LA. They're here. And I love the fact that he's like, okay, this is all going on. I'm going to find Black cotton farmers, and I am going to produce this, and I'm going to produce it to take the negative energy away from the perception of, or the perspective on cotton for the Black community. I think that's like a beautiful, beautiful thing. And every single one of the products that he rolls out has a story to it. And I love, I love stories. So yeah, they even have swimsuits. I ordered one. We'll see.
Okay. Yeah. If you guys don't know the Lanny's story, watch the podcast episode and just do a Google search.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Make sure that you watch both of Ainsley Burroughs's episodes. They're like 6 years apart, so incredible for you to see what's happened there. And make sure to watch Lanny's. All right. What are we doing now?
Hey, it's Elaine Swan, founder of the Swan School of Protocol. What I enjoyed most about being on Lisane Basquiat's Shaping Freedom podcast is that it was absolutely clear to me that Lisane came to this conversation prepared, but prepared in the sense to where she had a framework of what we were going to talk about. But more importantly than that, she listened to what I had to say and asked questions and dug deep based upon what was shared. Instead of just really coming and being prepared and spouting off all these questions, it was really a conversation. And what was so meaningful to me is that she asked questions that really made me think and take a deep dive and really come through with some things that maybe I hadn't thought about for myself yet as well. And so that was really great, because I left with some enlightenment, which was very, very good. So I want to say congratulations to you, Lisane, on such a wonderful job. Keep doing what you are doing. You are walking in your purpose, and I am so glad to be able to witness it. Congratulations again.
Oh, Elaine, thank you. Wow.
Come on, like I said before we started playing these, like every one of these guests gets something out of it, you know?
Wow.
They've all said that basically.
Yeah.
So
Elaine Swan, I met her when I first bought Her Hub Carlsbad, and she was on some kind of a survive on an island kind of show, and people were like, "You're gonna love Elaine," but I hadn't seen her. And then we met. I don't even remember the show, but she was on some Survivor thing, and I have watched Elaine build the Swan School of Protocol over the years, over the almost 9 years that I've known her. And we've grown to be tremendous friends. She's a Her Hub Carlsbad member, and she just wrote a book on etiquette that is the Emily Post book on etiquette for this century. And she's just this incredible human being, and I really enjoy talking with her also.
Yeah.
when are you writing your book?
I'm working on it, man.
The boss.
I'm working on it. You know, I did a storytelling. Did you know that?
Well, I know you had told me you were going to do one, but I hadn't talked to you since you did it.
So
How'd it
I
go?
would say I performed it, but that's not completely true. I recited it.
Was it a I'm losing the name of the
It was Vamp.
Vamp. I'm not familiar with
Yeah,
Vamp.
so Vamp, it wasn't Moth. You're thinking
I
Moth.
was thinking Moth.
No,
Thank
it
you,
was
yes.
Vamp, and it was down in San Diego, produced by a group called So Say We All.
Okay.
And it took place at the Whistle Stop down in San Diego.
Okay.
Did not know it was a bar.
Yeah.
So Jessica, my daughter, Tyrone, my cousin nephew, and Emma and I went down, and we get down there, and
Can't let her in.
they said that she couldn't come in. But Emma being Emma,
Yeah.
a few minutes later, they dragged a a high top over so that she could sit on the outside and watch it through the window.
Love that.
So she watched it through the window, and everyone kind of took turns coming in and out to hang out with her. And it was a story that started off being about a video shoot that I had recently that I completely froze during. It was just a weird thing. Wow. And that was where the story started. And for some reason it morphed into a story about my dad and his passing, and kind of my very first sharing of the experience of my father publicly. And so
how did you feel? How did it? Yeah,
the first time I read it was to my performance coach, and I boo-hooed and bawled the whole way through. And I was like, I don't even know if I can fucking do this shit. But by the time I performed it,
you'd done it a few times.
I had done it a few times. I kind of worked it through what came up into the story. And so I'm really happy with the story. I'm going to continue to tweak it and play with it a little bit. But now what I want to work on is the performance of it. And so I actually read it. Wow. But it was great. It was a great experience. I had a lot of fun doing it. I'm going to do more of that, and that will help me with the book.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, just getting those stories and like the way you need to tell them to get to evoke the right emotion or whatever, right? Yeah.
It was a good story.
Yeah, that's great.
Because we just heard Elaine, do you know why you're not supposed to fist a champagne?
Because it warms it up.
Because it warms it up. There you go. Just for anyone who's listening.
I was expecting something lewd.
No, just for anyone who's listening. Because when you have a glass of anything that has a stem, the reason is that you don't want to warm it up with your body heat. So you hold
like the coffee mug and the beer.
What if I held it like this?
You could do that if you were being a smartaker about it.
If you want hot
champagne that's already a little warm,
go for it.
And that's why when you have red wine, it's okay to actually have it in a glass that doesn't have a stem, because red wine can be a little bit warmer.
Those are my favorite type of glasses.
Mine too.
Stemless.
I drink everything out of stemless.
Same.
But I'm just saying, it's because Elaine, who is the queen of etiquette, I figured I'd throw a little etiquette thing in there.
I like it.
Yeah.
Well, and Xavier, can I make another request? Since we just talked about storytelling, can you please play the video from Phil Branch,
who's going to coach me on storytelling?
Hey, what's up? A little birdie told me it was your 100th episode of Shaping Freedom. I want to say congratulations. I'm looking rough. Forgive me. I'm in the middle of editing my memoir. And what I'm thinking about is how important it is for everyone to get to tell their stories. And what your podcast does is allow people to do that, allow us to listen to those stories, and it brings us closer together. So thank you for doing that work. I can't wait to see what you do with the next 100 episodes and beyond. And thank you for supporting me, my storytelling, and the Story Fest, and everything that we have done since you've come into my life. So congratulations, and party up and get ready for the work, because there's more to come. All right. Take care. Bye.
Aw. I really enjoyed my conversation with Phil Branch, and I also enjoyed the time that we spent in Baltimore during the Baltimore Story Fest that he pulled together. It was so much fun. It was such an incredible community of storytellers and those who want to listen to great stories. And what I really appreciate about him, and I could say this about every single person that we've heard from and that we're going to hear from, and all of us, is that he's such a human being, you know, and he just came, and it was just so, I felt like I was stepping into the living room of a situation versus stepping into, it just felt very warm and welcoming and fun and light, even though we were, you know, in the middle of pulling this thing together. And
Did you tell a story there?
I did not.
Okay.
I did not. But what did happen is I learned about storytelling. I'm very new to even knowing what storytelling, anything about the craft of storytelling. And this is how things happen. You think about something, and then before you know it, it's popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
And so I had been thinking about it. I saw a moth thing. And I was like, what the heck is this? Interesting.
You went to a
No,
moth
I'm sorry.
event?
I saw it online.
Oh, okay.
And so I thought, I really want to know what this is. What is this? And then not too long after, I don't know how we wound up with Phil. I think you mentioned Phil to me, or
yeah, his I'm good friends with his speaking agency representative, Yvette Ferguson.
Oh,
and
that's
so,
right.
Yeah, and so she actually, several of her clients, you know, have been on the podcast, but that's how she told me about him.
And so I and it wasn't until I started to prepare for the episode that I realized that he was actually a storyteller. And so I got super excited about having the conversation with him. And so when I heard about the opportunity to support the storytelling community through this Story Fest, I jumped at it and flew over there, and I got to open the night.
Yeah.
You know, each one of the evenings.
Fun.
It was 4 days, and it was a lot of fun. My grandson was there, and then ran into Antoine Garrett, who we used to go to the same church. He was an assistant pastor at a church that I went to in New Jersey. And I hadn't seen him in years. And then when I went to post about the Story Fest, I noticed that Antoine was also on the bill for this. So
And so this man, Phil Branch, has heard your story?
he has not heard my story.
Okay. Not the one that you just
No, he didn't. And so he actually is going to help me with my performance and delivery.
Okay.
And so I haven't sent it to him yet, but I'm going to.
And he's an Emmy Award winning
That's right.
producer. And so, like, this is completely his lane.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I can't wait for you guys to get together and
I
talk about your
I know. There's a
story.
lot to learn. There's a lot to learn from him. And he's working on his memoir. So I'm excited about that for him.
And yeah, his stories are hilarious. So yeah, you have to look up his stories.
Okay.
Yeah, I did see he did a film, a short film that I saw, and I don't want to butcher the name of it. Finding Shaniqua, I think is the name of it. And incredibly talented person. You know, and I love that he has "I love you" on the wall, on the chalkboard behind
I did see
him.
that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right,
Well,
thanks. Now,
we're
Ryan,
getting
do you-
close.
Okay, so that's a perfect segue for our next clip from Ebony Almond.
I didn't know
But-
that we had one
yes.
from Ebony. Yay!
Yes, so Ebony Almond, let's look at the video that she sent Lisane.
And as it's coming up, Ebony has a new podcast
Yes.
that is coming out this summer.
And she's gonna mention it.
Is she? Okay. All right. Let's do it.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ebony from Pretty Private with Ebony. And one of the things that I absolutely enjoy about my time with Lisane Basquiat on Shaping Freedom podcast is we'll start off talking about something like really deep, right? And the next thing you know, we'll start kikiing about something completely different. And that is one thing that I wholeheartedly enjoy about spending time with her. You just never know what you're going to get with our conversations.
You do a lot of tangents.
I don't know how to take that, Ryan.
It's not negative.
And it's true.
It's not
That's
negative.
the way my mind works.
I see that.
And what I loved about my conversations with Ebony is just how very similar to the conversation I just had with Carmela. It felt like I was talking to, like, chitty-chatting with someone that I've known forever. And I could see myself in Ebony, and I know that she saw herself in me. And I had been on her podcast first, the Professional Homegirls podcast, before she started this new podcast that she has going that I'm so excited. Congratulations, Ebony. But what I loved about the conversation was that she asks great questions. And she was very prepared and also really asked the questions that brought out of me.
She's just a very curious person, right?
Incredibly.
And so, like, that's why the good questions, I think, come from.
Yeah.
Because she's just genuinely curious.
She was genuinely interested.
So transparent.
Yes.
I mean, like, she's willing to say
Yes.
what people are thinking, and I want to say, because when you guys got into that whole conversation about dating and the guy who had the medicine bottles behind it,
What
and
is
she
that
said,
about, dude?
she had me falling off. She said, "What happened to shame?"
Yeah.
That's right.
I was like,
That's right.
okay, well, you know, guys of a certain age do take medicine.
It's ridiculous. But then I don't want to see that. I don't even know you. But the thing also about my conversation with her, I just want to just for a sec, was I don't get asked a lot about kind of the nuance behind. And I didn't see this clip. I don't know how this happened, but I didn't see the clip that from her conversation until months after we had our interview, where she asked me some questions about my father. And when I was just so excited to have the opportunity to share some aspects of my experience within my family having to do with my father, Gerard Basquiat, and my mother, Matilda Basquiat, and their experience at having lost their son. And not a lot of folks have the ability to ask as intimate a question as the ones that she asked in a way.
That part.
Right?
How she thought, the thought behind how she composed and presented the question, approached the question.
And I felt so safe and so willing to share that with her in a way beyond kind of the curt kind of response. And I've had people ask me questions where I'm like, you were talking about my brother or my or like somebody who passed away, my father. Like, why are you asking these questions in this way? And so she's an amazing.
I wonder what is it about her that allowed that, like, space, you know, or that comfortability?
She's human.
Well, she had, when I was watching her interview you, she put a lot of time and energy into preparing. You know, she didn't just do a Google search or whatever.
Right.
Like, she was very thorough.
Totally.
And intentional.
And in the same way I said about you, like, just having the ability to create a safe, comfortable place, she clearly did that. Because as I was listening, I thought, like, whoa, like, you've really felt that she respected you and appreciated you and didn't take it for granted that she was talking to you. So I really feel like that was important. And, you know, creating a connection with you guys. Yeah.
I think, Ryan, I'm thinking about the question you asked, and I think that what made it different was that she cared.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, I sometimes have had people ask a question and it's more like a inquiring minds want to know. I felt like she was asking Lisane.
That she didn't have.
She was asking Lisane a question about her life and about her father and about her brother. And because she asked me with curiosity and genuine respect, and love, I felt comfortable.
Yeah, it was a great interview. I remember.
I loved it. I loved it. Thank you so much for that, Ebony. We're gonna hang out when I get to Jersey. We're gonna hang out for sure. We live a few towns away from each other there.
Nice.
All right. Okay. What else? What else we got?
Billy, what's next?
Well, I know Xavier and I were playing a little tennis here. There. Yeah, go ahead, Xavier. I like where you like.
Just do your thing.
Hello, my name is Robert Young, and when I think about Lisane Basquiat's Shaping Freedom podcast, and I try to pick a singular moment that really speaks to its impact, it's almost impossible. Having been on the podcast myself and been in an exchange with her remarkable energy, it's been incredible to see that exchange, extract inspirational, motivational, but tangible dialogue between herself and all of her guests. So if I was going to pick one thing that is remarkable, I would have to pick her.
Oh.
She is a very special human being. Her ability to give of herself, yet make room for others to express their why, their passions, their failures, their desires, make Shaping Freedom one of the most remarkable landing places for those looking to expand their very being through language, through conversation, through connection. So here's to you, Lisane, to your 100th episode and 10 and 20 times that to come. We are so grateful for your presence, so grateful for your gift, so grateful for your agency. And all that you do, may you be repaid 1,000,000 times over from the universe, from the Most High God, for your downloads. You are appreciated. Happy 100th.
Robert. Oh my, Robert.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow.
Okay. Robert, thank you so very much for that. Robert Young is a storyteller. He's also an artist, and has grown to be a friend, a brother friend, and just an amazing, amazing human being. Also a Virgo, by the way. I'm going to call out all the Virgos that I know, right? And though I've been misty a few times today. I have been so misty, and
makes sense.
Yeah.
He almost got me too. I mean, if you are ever running for office and you need a campaign manager, person to write he's hired, right?
That's right.
But he did kind of shake me out of it a little bit, because his last words were "you are appreciated," and then it just took me to Tupac's "Dear Mama," and then I just said "Dear Mama,"
because music is everything. Music is everything. Wow,
that was
guys,
wow,
this
phenomenal.
Feels so good. This feels so
wonderful
good.
Idea you had.
Right? This feels so good because I just do the things, and it feels good to just stop for a moment, to drink a little bit of champagne.
And appreciate what you've created.
And appreciate what I've created. And to do it here in this beautiful space, this beautiful incubator for people having the opportunity to just storytell and talk and share conversation with other human beings, because we need that. We need so much more of that in a world where people are just kind of flinging words back and forth to each other online, or in a world that is so politically and culturally divided and confused and angry right now, it just feels really good to be able to participate in space where human beings can just like touch and be curious with each other and ask the questions and dive in to ourselves and to other people. I feel so honored. I truly, truly do.
And I also love that the space, there are a lot of spaces for a lot of drama, clutter, gossip, and all things toxic and negative that sometimes makes you feel like, well, do people even want substance?
Yeah.
And so this is very affirming that like people really like they need this and they appreciate it and it's making a difference. So yeah, kudos to you.
Yeah.
Kudos to all of us, but I'll take it. I will take it. All right. And I'm surprised we got so many of these.
I know.
Let's go.
I know.
Let's go. Hey, it's Lisane. I created Protect Your Peace, a boundaries and accountability workshop, because I know what it's like to feel stretched too thin and how it feels when you're saying yes to everyone else, but feel like you're disappearing in the process. This workshop is your invitation to pause and to come back to you. In just 2 hours, you'll learn how to set boundaries that reflect your values, protect your energy, and strengthen your voice unapologetically. You'll also learn how to hold yourself accountable in a way that builds self-trust and momentum, not burnout. This is the kind of space I wish I had when I was deep in the cycle of over-responsibility and simply just doing too much. So I created it for you. Join me for Protect Your Peace, live or on demand, and walk away with tools you can use immediately to get back in alignment. Click the link in the show notes to register. You deserve to protect your peace and your power.
Hi, my name is Lisa Yolanda George of Connecting You to Public Relations Core. One of my favorite episodes of Lisane Basquiat's Shaping Freedom podcast is the one with Kofi Siriboe and Josiah David Jones. I believe it was called How Brotherhood Heals. It reminded me and encouraged me to continue to be selective when choosing individuals for my tribe to ensure that I have a supportive, safe space and reciprocal space, because that is very helpful in making sure that I continue on with my impact. So if you haven't listened to it yet, please do, because it's a great episode. And as usual, you did a great job, Lisane. Happy 100th episode.
Lisa George has been the gift that has been on the periphery of my life that just keeps on giving. I don't know, a year and a half maybe. You know, she attended some Lounging with Lisanes. I participated in her installation about self-care in Maryland, I'm sorry. Lisa also brought
Angelo Ellerby.
Yes, to us. And what I really appreciate about what she just said is that she pointed out the importance of really choosing your tribe. And there's so many people, we were talking about social media before and just about the world in general, and there are so many folks venting and about their world. And what I love about the tribe that I attract and the tribe that is attracted to me is that we have all been very selective about who we're around, where we put our time and energy. And that is what we need to do. It just makes for so much more of a quality life experience.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Like the people that you choose to be your friends are like,
oh yeah,
so important.
And I believe in expanding that to people you work with.
Yes.
I mean, please, I've made a very conscious decision that I am not going to spend my time around anyone that I don't feel good being around. I'm just not. I'm just not.
Yeah.
Because it's so heavy and so expensive. And so expensive.
And just
so expensive.
Briefly, I love Lisa George. She's been, when I embarked on my publicity, this phase of my career, she's been a mentor to me. So
really?
I always
call
and talk to her. No, she she was taking an initiative to call and check on me to see how I was doing.
Oh, I love that.
And always making herself available. And that's rare, right?
Yeah.
That someone is taking that initiative, someone that you don't already have a tight relationship with, and we've become close. And when I, started working with you, I was telling her about you and, thought it would be a good fit. So I'm really happy how this all has evolved.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting her in person.
Wow.
At some point. Wow. All right.
Should we do another one and then have a piece of
Are you
cake?
trying to cut off?
We have cake.
Yeah, just wait.
Are you trying to?
Wait a minute now. Cake, yes. All right. You want to serve this up, or we're just going to do it?
I don't
Serve it up.
I don't know what to say about. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
John Moody, my friend John Moody. He is a comedian here in LA, also from Buffalo, New York, but he's been out here for a long time. And let's see what he had to say.
Let's do it.
Hey, what's going on, y'all? My name is John Moody. I'm here in Los Angeles, California. Been listening to the podcast for probably more than a year, definitely more than a year. Many favorite episodes, but one that really impacted me was Angelo Ellerby, Building Your Legacy, because at first I'm listening to it and I'm like, okay, what has this got to do with me? This dude has worked with Michael Jackson, a lot of really famous people. And early on, they're like, hey, you don't have to be these people. You just apply these lessons to who you are. And I just thought it was a really, really dope episode. I really enjoyed that one. Like I said, I really enjoyed the show. And I got to admit, this is a little embarrassing, but sometimes I might put off a particular episode because I know it really applies to me, like the latest one, Why Your Armor is Keeping You from Real Connections. And I'm like, man, I'm not ready to do this work right now. But I'm going to listen to it and I'm going to get the message and work on that. But just really enjoying the podcast. Great job coming up on 100 episodes. Congratulations. Keep it up. You all are doing a great service. And by you all, I know Lisane's got people working with her. And so just congratulations to everybody and really dope stuff. Looking forward to more.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
John is a friend of mine, and we don't always talk. Like, we'll go through periods where we'll talk, like, a lot, and then like nothing. But he listens to my podcast, and he'll go out of his way to just like shoot me a one-liner, like, great episode about such and such. And so I'm really thank you so much.
I like that some of them he knows are going to be too much.
He's like,
for
I'll
him.
put that on the shelf for now.
That's next week, maybe.
Yeah. John, you listen to the episodes. Allow the episodes to permeate your soul so that you can get.
I get it.
The medicine.
I get it.
There's so many times where I've watched an episode and I had egg on my face because I had to go to my wife and say, guess what they talked about? The same thing you've been saying. So it can be a little uncomfortable at times.
If you all listening, you got to watch the YouTube because you got to see Billy's face as he's talking about this.
Yeah,
I love that.
Yeah, so it's
and you know what?
So I related to him, to what John said about that.
Yeah, you know what I love though? Sometimes you hear things and it's not the right time, but it's in there. But it's in there.
Yeah.
Right? And so when you are ready, it all comes up and it all clicks together like a beautiful, beautiful puzzle. And so I think sometimes just hearing something that your soul knows it needs to hear is good enough in the moment.
I agree.
And you'll know when to apply it.
You'll know when to apply it, and it'll come up. Or one day you'll be speaking to your wife, and you'll like whip it out, and you'll be like, "Hey, boundaries are important," or whatever the thing is. So thank you for that.
I several times it's happened.
Yeah, I think the beautiful thing is that what I have come to know is that not everything has to happen right now, and that applies to everything. That applies to our evolution through our evolving through different barriers and things that are happening in our lives. It applies to relationships. It applies to the way that we react to things sometimes. It doesn't all have to happen right now. Right. Sometimes you can just like sit on it for a bit. So
I like
that. I like that too.
All right. So the next person is Monica Wisdom. Let's hear what Monica has to say. Monica, I appreciate so much. She's another cheerleader. She comes to Lounging with Lisane all the time, and just this beautiful, beautiful soul. I was on her
her podcast. Because she contacted you to have you on her podcast.
That's right.
That went really well. And you said, I want her on my podcast.
I wanted to talk to her. Yeah. So we had
awesome.
great conversation. All right, let's do it.
Hello, and this is Monica Wisdom with the Monica Wisdom Podcast. What I love most about being on the Shaping Freedom Podcast with Lisane was the entire experience, from her team to the day of recording. All of the elements worked together. I felt safe. I felt nurtured. And Lisane was on my podcast probably a month prior. So we had already had a connection, and we connected on so many different areas, from our deep love of Brooklyn, my favorite city.
Brooklyn.
Of course, art, as well as simple things that nobody ever thinks about, like both of us were raised by our dad.
That's right.
So we connected in so many different areas that I felt incredibly comfortable to have conversations with her that I had never had with anybody else, because I trusted that she would take care of my story. And so the experience still lives with me. And it was a true joy to be on the Shaping Freedom podcast.
Come on.
Monica, you're not going to make me cry today. You might make me cry today, but Monica Wisdom has an amazing energy about her. She's just so present. She's so present in the moment of everything, every way that I've encountered her. And it was delightful to be on her podcast. And it was wonderful to have the conversation that we had right here at the Straw Hut Media Control Center. Beautiful words. Thank you, Monica. I'm not going to cry again.
No, you're doing great.
Okay.
Let's bring it in. Yeah.
Let's do the cake.
Let's
do the cake.
Yeah, you take the. Okay, thank you.
Are we still rolling?
Yeah.
Let's do cake.
Your favorite kind of cake?
So a little birdie told us that if we could find a German chocolate cake, that would make the celebration a little more special. So
here's what I love about my daughter, the little birdie that you're referring to. Jessica is going to make sure that things are taken care of.
Yeah.
Nice.
And every detail she remembers. I have not had German chocolate cake in such a long time.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Probably years.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite cakes. What's interesting, though, is that after Jessica was born, I went on this baking thing. And I've never even told her this.
You were baking a lot.
I was baking.
Yeah.
And not the kind of baking they talk about in LA. I mean, like cake. Right? Real cake.
What kind of baking do mine do? Wait, what?
No, I said, I'm not you. I said in LA, baking. Anyway.
Okay. Look at this.
Hey, Xavier.
Thank you.
Hey,
I was doing
meet Xavier.
Xavier again. Say hello. Say hello. Xavier is in the control room, making sure this goes well.
Okay.
Oh wow, that's so beautiful. That is so beautiful.
Which camera could see?
All the cameras.
The wide one.
Exactly. There's just a little message. Happy 100th episode.
Come on. Come on.
You all. This is. And the fact that you all are willing to spend this many hours with me today to celebrate this means so much, because I know you have, there's a lot of podcast energy happening in here, but this feels so special.
Xavier.
Thank you, Xavier. Xavier is also the name of my grandson, my 18-year-old grandson who's going to college in September, is driving.
Yeah. Xavier, you gotta have some cake too, right?
Xavier, you must have 100% cake on the day of the 100th episode. Who'd have thunk it when we were glaring at each other, Ryan?
I know.
So many years ago that we develop a friendship.
I know.
Oh, the other things while we're cutting, I want a small piece.
Yeah, same.
What is that small?
No, small is a little bit more to the right. Right there, small.
2 puffs. She wants
two. Yeah, I want just 2 puffs. 3 puffs. 3 puffs. The other things that have happened.
Wait, what?
Since the podcast started.
Yeah.
You got married.
I sure did. You attended.
I attended.
Yeah.
I have footage that maybe I'll slide into the edit. I had a boot. On my foot. Yeah, I did because I had Achilles tendonitis, and I was like, there's no way that I'm not going to this wedding. I'm doing it.
Stop you from dancing all
night. I danced on my boot.
Yeah.
I had to put it up after, but I danced on my
Thank
boot.
you.
I have incredible video of Ryan dancing his ass off, having such a good
I
time.
had a blast.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, it was amazing. A great wedding.
It's a good one for, yeah.
And Mags, we didn't mention Mags as the
know.
part of the team.
She is
The
a huge
Straw Hat
part of the team.
And a beautiful, beautiful songstress.
Oh gosh, I know. She's working on her own record right now.
What is her thing?
Maggie Glass is like on Spotify. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, Maggie Glass.
Maggie Glass, Maggie.
Maggie. Yeah, Glass.
Did you think about it?
Well, I thought you were spelling glass, and I was like, I was like, wait.
Glass, Glass. Maggie Glass on Spotify. She has one of those voices that is angelic.
I know.
I don't even know how else
That's
to
why
describe
I
it.
need
It's so soulful.
the rest of the world to hear it.
Yes. So if you are within earshot, Xavier, come get your cake. If you're within earshot, you gotta find Maggie on Spotify. And you can't comment on Spotify, but find her.
You can.
Oh, well, comment on Spotify and be like, hey, Maggie, record some more stuff because we want to hear you.
I know, she's doing it right now. 12 songs. She's
so you don't cheers cake, but
no, but
let's cheers cake.
Cheers.
And we'll do it while we listen to this beautiful, gorgeous
there
young
she
woman. And Jessica, you're not going to make me cry.
Hi, my name is Jessica, Lisane's favorite daughter. I just want to congratulate my mom on her 100th episode of the Shaping Freedom with Lisane Basquiat podcast.
Well,
That's it.
It was short.
That was it.
It was short and sweet.
Well, Jessica, as I said before, was in Vegas all weekend.
Yeah, what was she doing in Vegas?
I have no idea.
Saw the Backstreet Boys. I know they're playing.
No, her, Joseph, and Tyrone hung out in Vegas all weekend. They partied there behind her. Joseph lives in Vegas.
Okay, that's what I was about to say, yeah.
And so they partied. They had that weekend that so many people really need to have. It's when you get together with the people that you grew up with. And in their case, you know, Tyrone's like my third kid. And so these three have really grown up together and are witnessing each other through parenthood, through relationships and all of that.
What's the age difference between Joseph and Jessica?
11 years.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, 11 years. And then Tyrone is close to Joseph's age. And forgive me, I don't know. He's like a year older or a year younger.
Okay.
Right? And the three of them hung out all weekend. And I don't know what they talked about specifically, but each one of them, I haven't spoken to Tyrone yet, but they really had an opportunity to bond.
Wow.
And one of the things that Joseph said to me, and he didn't give me the details. Jessica always says that Joseph talks because Joseph can't keep a secret. He cannot. They did a surprise
There's something
birthday.
adorable about that.
I know.
There's something adorable about
They
it.
did a surprise birthday party that Jessica completely facilitated and made sure happened for me on my last birthday, which was a milestone. I was 60.
I think I remember. Yes, I
Right, in
remember hearing
September.
about it. Yeah.
And Joseph, this is how bad he is at keeping a secret. He starts texting me stupid shit like, hey, hope you're okay. I'm doing great. And I'm like, what is wrong with him? Like, what are you doing? And so Jessica was so concerned that he wouldn't be able to actually hold a secret.
Yeah.
He could not take it. The closer we got, the more nervous he got, the more uncomfortable he felt because he felt like he was lying. Right?
love that.
So he was just like, hey, Mom, good to see you in 2 weeks. I'm like, what is this dude talking about? So they got together, and I brought that up because he did not, Jessica, share what you all talked about specifically. But one thing that he did say was that he loved the weekend because they got to, the three of them, share the fact that they each had a story.
Mm-hmm.
And they got to see each other through that lens of like, you're my sibling or you're my cousin and I know you and we've been around each other, but you actually have a story.
Yeah.
And just because we've lived and grown up, you know, just because we grew up together doesn't necessarily mean that I know your story. You have to actually tell it. And you have to be willing to listen to it.
Yeah.
And so I love that for them. I love that they got that. And I love that they were able to give each other the space to be able to tell the story and also listen to it.
That's awesome.
And see each other not as like, I know you,
I
you're
like
my little
that.
sister. I know you, you're my older brother. But no, as a woman.
I need to do that. I need to have that with my sister. You know,
There
we're
you go.
10 years apart.
Yeah.
And so it's like, I don't feel like I have that relationship. You
Yeah.
know? And I would like to.
Yeah, I will say, for my birthday last year, I'm the oldest.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, like, I want to communicate more with my siblings. And I think I keep seeing on television, something bad happens to someone and they go, well, you know, I get that call every morning. And when I didn't get the call, I knew something was wrong, you know? And I go, okay, well, that means I can't go weeks or a month without talking to my siblings. So we started texting, we started a group text and we started texting each other every day, even if it's just hi.
Okay.
You know? And I said,
Wow.
it's so easy to do that. And then if anyone ever has anything more to add to that, we do, but it's okay if you don't.
Yeah.
But and sometimes we do miss days, but this has been the best stretch. My birthday was in November, you know, it's past 8 months or whatever. It's been great, just being in more communication, and it has created more opportunities for us to connect on deeper levels. Just a high, no pressure, and so so I don't know. I don't know if that would work for your
Worth the shot.
but yeah,
I mean,
but it's easy enough, I think.
Yeah.
Are you the older or the younger?
Older.
I will say this, and this is, I think, one of the reasons why I'm also like with this 100th episode and with the day that we're having today, which is absolutely beautiful. I've also been thinking about the fact that Jessica and Joseph have not always had this relationship.
Yeah.
And for a while, it was like the older brother, the younger sister, whatever the experiences, whatever the things are that were happening. And I've been just really leaning into the work that each one that they've done individually has led them to a place where they are able to actually see each other as human beings, not as, the stories that we have in childhood. And I think that's such a beautiful moment.
Yeah.
This defining moment for them in their relationship. And today, both of them, like he said that, she's the younger sister, so she can be a lot more like, but she has also said, I know that we've had our patches, but I really see him, right? Because they've given each other the ability to really not look for, sometimes we want that. I know when I saw Boys in the Hood, I was like, I never had my experience where somebody was like, hey, let me take you through life. It wasn't that. Yeah. And I felt like I was missing something. But I think sometimes when it's different than what we imagine or what we believe is the right thing, we can lose.
Yeah. And not letting it just be your own thing.
Just be your own thing.
Yeah.
The same way you would with a friend.
Right.
I think that's what it is. When you take away, like, this is my sibling, this is my father, this is my sister. It should be like this. And when you're just like, well, who the fuck are you? Like, what? Okay. And maybe I don't know who you are. Maybe I don't know how to get there. Fair. But before we get to that, let's start with saying hello every morning. And let me ask you, like, what's your favorite color?
Yeah.
Why Straw Hut Media? Why are you doing podcasts? Why are you doing, what is it about PR that you enjoy and that you like, or a career in journalism? And I think sometimes when we're willing to be more inquisitive about another human being, it opens up the door for that person to actually start to tell you who they are versus assuming that you know, because they have the title.
I mean, that statement is true for this podcast, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the last one.
Okay. And just briefly, Jessica is phenomenal to work with.
On.
She is absolutely the glue. She's your right hand.
She's fun.
And she's just so on top of everything, anything that you're connected to, like she's just a great person who could just helps us navigate all the stuff, even things that, may not have immediately surfaced. Like she's like, okay, what about this? And it's so effortless. Yeah.
And she's so pleasant. Comfortable in her skin.
Yeah. So I have been calling her Jess with the mess. But I thought, that's really not fitting because, she's not with the drama, although it sounds cute to say.
It does sound cute to say. And she loves it. She loves it. And what I love about Jessica is Jessica, just like Joseph, who we're getting ready to hear from, Jessica is so comfortable in her skin. She doesn't give a shit. There are days where she's just like,
yep.
So, I love my children. They're amazing humans. Okay, we're going to hear from Joseph. Okay, let's do it. I want to hear from Joseph. He's going to make me cry. I know it.
I am Raymond Joseph Basquiat, and I am the son of Lisane Basquiat, who is the host of Shaping Freedom podcast. And I personally want to congratulate you on your 100th episode. Okay. So we can edit this, okay? And then we can go.
We are not editing this.
I love this podcast. I love where it started and where it's at now. I love watching my mom grow in ways that I've never seen as her son, and watch her become this figure that means a lot to a lot of people. Also, an episode that connected with me, I don't know the number, but I will tell you the name. It's the episode with my mom and Elaine Swan. It's something about a conversation with two women that are powerful, that just resonates with the culture. The culture being us, the fans of this show. Many more. I love you and congratulations.
Aww.
Come on.
Joseph. Aww. You know, Joseph is, and this is one of the things that he and I talked about yesterday. Joseph is that person who, again, I am 18 years older than Joseph.
Yep.
And so he has seen and witnessed my life. And when I first stepped into Shaping Freedom, and it's great that he's the last one, because I think this is a great way to end this the celebration for this 100th episode for Shaping Freedom with Lisane Basquiat podcast. When I first decided that I wanted to do a podcast and that I really wanted to step into Shaping Freedom and the work that I've done kind of on the outskirts, but really wanted to own.
Yeah.
Joseph was that person, and still is, one of my biggest cheerleaders.
Interesting.
He was the person who would say, Ma, you gotta, people need to hear you. Like, we hear you, we know you, and you do it.
Yeah.
And he does it in a way that is so encouraging and and Joseph is a big force. Both of my kids, like strong personalities, and he can like the best of them, but he does it in a way that's so soft and so encouraging.
Yeah.
Right? Just like, come out of there and do it. Come out of there and do it. And after every episode, he'll say, when you said this, or you said that. And as a parent, because he's Xavier's dad, he will say, you know, as a parent, I had to sit down for a minute because I really heard that. Wow. So before we get into really wrapping this up, I do want to acknowledge my children, Joseph and Jessica, and my grandchildren, and Tyrone, and the loves, my heart, and my grandchildren, Emma, Jessica's daughter, Xavier, 18, Joseph's son. And I am having such an incredible life experience. I'm enjoying it so much. And not to get heavy, I will say this. I am enjoying this ride as much as I am because I'm learning and evolving along the way, because I'm getting the opportunity and the gift of meeting incredible human beings who step in to say, hey, Lisane, you can do this. Let's do this. Let's make this thing happen. And also because I have taken the time to do the work.
True.
I'm smiling because I am doing the work, and it's not always easy, and it's not always the work that I want to do, and I'm not always ready in the moment that the opportunity presents itself, but I have raised my hand to doing the work. I love this podcast. I love this project. I love the opportunity to have this experience that we're all having together, those of us on the team who are in this room and those who are not. And I also want to really, really thank all of you who are listening and who take the time to listen and who DM me, text me, email me, try to call me. Half the time I don't answer, to talk about their experience with it. And so thank you for thank the two of you and Xavier for
thank you. One last toast.
Giving me an opportunity to really celebrate this milestone. It's amazing. And then after this, we're going to do a little quick toast.
Yeah.
We're going to be done. And then after this, the rest of the videos that people have sent in.
We have
a few more. Those will play. And if you're interested in hearing that, go ahead. So anyway, thank you all. Yeah. Be your best selves. Do all the great things. Take the step. If you take the step, the path will be built under your feet. Thank you.
All right. And just thank you to everybody who took the time to send Lisane a video.
Yes.
to just be a part of this 100 celebration. You are a significant part of it, and just thank you for celebrating. It just means so much to all of us. So,
for sure.
Yeah, but
for
thank
sure.
You.
Yes.
Ryan?
Yeah. All right. What?
Okay. Let's do a cheers and to the 100th episode of the Shaping Freedom with Lisane Basquiat podcast, and to many, many more.
Okay.
Let me be part of it.
Cheers.
I've had more champagne today than normal, but
you'll be okay. You'll be fine.
I'll be fine.
Drink water. Drink water. All right. Love and peace, y'all.
Hi, I'm Dr. Amber L. Howlett-Bayak of Dharma Management. And what I enjoyed about being on the Shaping Freedom podcast with Lisane Basquiat was just that shared understanding of what it's like to be Black and female in white spaces. It was such a connection that made me feel so warm and welcome, and it helped ease the flow of understanding and to not have to explain myself. It was just understood, and it was a magical connection. It was a magical feeling, and it's by far one of my favorite podcast moments. Thank you, Lisane. Again, congratulations on the 100th episode of the Shaping Freedom podcast.
Hi, Lacey Tisano here. 100 episodes. Lisane, I know you are so excited and so moved by all the conversations you have had on the Shaping Freedom podcast. I loved our conversation. I was so honored to be a guest on the show. It meant so much to me to really talk about our mother-daughter relationships in such a warm and authentic and intimate way. I will never forget our conversation. I am so proud of what you have built and what you are doing, and I hope that every conversation warms your heart. You have an immaculate team, and from the moment I was engaged with you all to receiving my candle and gifts in the mail, I had an incredible experience, and I want to say thank you a million times. Congratulations.
Hey, this is Kababi Bayak of Kababi Bayak Originals. And Lisane, I enjoyed being on the podcast, the Shaping Freedom podcast. Because one, you were warm, you were easy to talk to, communication flowed well between us, and I just enjoyed having a conversation with you. So, again, it's a dope that you reached 100, and I look forward to you reaching 100 more episodes. So congratulations.
My name is Antoine Garrett, and I just wanted to congratulate you, Lisane. 100 episodes of the Shaping Freedom podcast. That's incredible work. Keep shining.
Girl, you are amazing. And cheers to 100 more.
Thank you for all you do for all of us. Congratulations.
Please celebrate yourself. Please. Congratulations.
Here's to 100 more. Cheers.